April 28th, 2026. Let's get into it. Quick shout out to today's sponsor, Compete Token, the gaming crypto that actually has real games, not just promises and a roadmap. Links in the description, go check it out. The White House just teased a breakthrough announcement on the strategic Bitcoin reserve, and crypto Twitter is in full meltdown mode, in the good way. Patrick Witt, Trump's top crypto advisor, told Bitcoin 2026 in Vegas that the administration spent months figuring out the legal framework, and a big reveal is coming in weeks. Now the catch, the executive branch can't actually buy Bitcoin on the open market without Congress signing a check. So whatever this breakthrough is, it's either creative custody plumbing or a fancy press release. Either way, even a fancy pro-Bitcoin press release from the White House is a headline legacy finance still hasn't recovered from. DeFi just pulled off something genuinely beautiful, a coordinated rescue of Aave and Compound after North Korean hackers stole almost $300 million from Kelp DAO. The DeFi United Coalition lined up over $300 million in commitments to restore the RSAT backing and liquidate the attackers' positions through governance-controlled oracles. Consensus and Joseph Lubin pledged 30,000 Ethereum, Aave's CEO Stani Kulichov chipped in 5,000 of his own, and Lido added another 2,500. This is exactly what these protocols were built for: coordinate, recover, move on. North Korea ran the play, and DeFi ran a much better one. A U.S. Army Master Sergeant just pleaded not guilty to insider trading on Polymarket using classified intel about a real military operation. Gannon Ken Van Dyke allegedly bet $33,000 on whether American forces would enter Venezuela, which he knew because he was helping plan the raid, and walked away with over $400,000 in profit. This is the first ever federal prosecution tied to a prediction market, and the guy tried to delete his Polymarket account 3 days after the operation. Pro tip, when your wagers exactly match a classified op, "I lost access to my email," is not the alibi you think it is. Prediction markets just got their first real legal precedent, and it is a doozy. Visa is now teaming up with one of the original Tether co-founders, Reeve Collins, to build on-chain banks. Yes, that Visa, the one that processes basically every card swipe on the planet, is publicly working on decentralized banking infrastructure with a Tether co-founder. A few years ago, this would have been the punchline of a crypto Twitter joke. Now it's a press release. The crypto is a fad, people are running out of places to hide. Tether is going full vertical. It just unveiled modular Bitcoin mining hardware built with Canaan and Acme Swiss tech. The design splits compute, power, and cooling so operators can upgrade pieces independently instead of trashing whole rigs. Let's recap Tether's empire: biggest stablecoin in the world, decentralized AI infrastructure, and now industrial-scale mining hardware. They print billions in T-bill yield and apparently spend it building a parallel financial system. Meanwhile, traditional banks are still arguing about whether to allow Zelle on Sundays. Polymarket is reportedly seeking CFTC approval to reopen its main exchange to U.S. traders. Yes, the same CFTC that just sued Wisconsin in court over Prediction Market Authority. Big day for the Orange site. Americans have been forced to use VPNs and side platforms to bet on stuff happening in their own country, which has always been peak regulatory comedy. If this goes through, U.S. traders finally get the front door key. About time. Billionaire Paul Tudor Jones just called Bitcoin the best inflation hedge while warning that stocks are massively overvalued. Coming from a guy who has been on Wall Street since the 80s, that is not a tweet, that's a flare gun. Every cycle the same thing happens. Legacy macro guys quietly rotate into Bitcoin, then say it on TV. Then suddenly everyone in suits always believed in it. Tudor Jones has been ahead of this trend for years, and he's still beating the drum. Listen to him or don't. Bitcoin's next move apparently hinges on an $82,000 CME gap as Magnificent 7 earnings and the FOMC meeting drop this week. Markets are pricing a 100% chance the Fed holds rates at 3.5 to 3.75%. Translation: Bitcoin is in macro purgatory waiting for a catalyst, and prediction markets give a 72% chance the next move is up to 84,000. Steady ETF inflows, improving institutional flow, no panic, basically a coiled spring with the Fed standing on the trigger. Robinhood's crypto revenue just cratered 47%, and the stock barely flinched, because event betting is now carrying the entire company. Welcome to 2026, where the side hustle ate the main business. A few years ago, Robinhood was the crypto on-ramp for normies, and now it's basically an event betting app with a stocks tab. The lesson: never bet against retail's appetite for placing wagers on absolutely anything anything that moves. Bitcoin Twitter is melting down over an August hard fork called eCash that would copy Bitcoin's ledger and reassign about 500,000 of Satoshi's forked coins to early investors. The plan's creator, Paul Stork, swears it's not theft, it's a statement. A statement, sure. The statement is, give me 500,000 coins. Look, Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin SV both copied the ledger and went nowhere, and eCash will probably end up in the same museum. But messing with Satoshi-linked addresses, even on a copied chain, is the third rail of Bitcoin culture, and Stork just hugged it. And one more time, today's video is brought to you by Compete Token, the gaming crypto with actual real games. Links in the description. That's the day in crypto. See you tomorrow.